Senate will come to order. Further resolutions?
No, sir.
Motions? Petitions?
There are none.
Unfinished business.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 3, requesting Joint Committee on Government and Finance study practice of requiring payment to hold space by child care facilities.
Resolution will be referred to the Committee on Finance.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 4, naming the U.S. Marine Corps Lieutenant Colonel Dennis Ray Blankenship Memorial Road.
Resolution will be referred to the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure.
Senate Concurrent Resolution 5, home of Coach Bob Bolin, Mountain State University 2004 NAIA Champion sign.
Resolution will be referred to the Committee on Government Organization and then to the Committee on Rules. Just to the Committee on Government Organization. Is there further unfinished business?
No, sir.
Bills on third reading.
There are none.
Bills on second reading.
There are none.
Bills on first reading.
There are none.
Introduction of guest. Remarks by members of the Senate. The Senator from Logan County.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'll try to be somewhat brief, but I'm sure everybody has heard quite a few rumors out there, and I just want to let everybody know that there is truth to the rumor. But I want to make sure that everybody understands what I'm doing. It has been exciting to serve in this body. And I have made some wonderful friends, and I know that we have not always saw eye to eye. But I can tell you that I've never pushed one single bill that put a single penny in my pocket. I never have. I've never pushed anything that benefit me or my family. The reason why I'm here today, and I didn't make this decision a year ago, is because I made promises with people that I was going to make sure that I pushed legislation. Over the last 2 years, all of my legislation has died with the exception of one. Everything else hasn't even really saw the light of day, not even on a committee floor. But I believe I have pushed some pretty good bills that should have saw the light of day. I'm pleased that looking at the blue list yesterday, I saw that there's a bill going to come out that talks about dealing with crimes that take place on the state capitol complex. I think that's important. And then maybe we can deal with a lobbyist who gained access to this Capitol with an illegal swipe card. Maybe then we can stop those things from happening. I want people to know that I pushed a bill 2 years ago. Never saw the light of day. Never saw the light of day last year, but I'm pushing it again this year. And this is a bill that I worked on with Congressional Medal of Honor recipient Woody Williams, to create a program to help displaced coal miners and veterans when they get out of the military to be able to find a job. I think everybody here can understand that that's important, taking care of our veterans. And because we are a place where coal mining is a big deal, let's try to do something for those coal miners that find themselves without a job. I pushed a bill to make it a hate crime if you attack somebody because of their sexual orientation. I don't like bullies, and I don't think anybody in here really cares for bullies. And when those things occur, usually that's the case. How about we do unto others as we would like to have done unto ourselves? How about we follow that? I pushed a second chance for employment bill to reduce the time that a person has to wait who has a non-violent felon or a felon that is not a sexual predator type felon, to allow them to be able to expunge their records and get their life back. You do the crime, you do the time. But most people, when they do the time, they still get out and they carry a weight on their back. And it takes them 5 years, 10 years. Some of them try, but they can't get a job because they have to check the felon box. Some of them make it 1 year. Some of them make it 3 years. But then they realize I can't put food on the table because all I can do is go knock on people's doors and say, can I cut your grass? And then at about the 5-year mark, they realize they can't take it anymore. They're about to lose everything. And they go back to what they used to do because it helps them bring in money fast. And they get caught and they fall right back into that rotating cycle. Let's give those people that have fallen from grace the ability to get back on track and become productive members of society. It could be one of our children one day that could benefit from a bill like this. I have a daughter that was born with scoliosis, and her entire spine is in a metal cage, and she lives with pain daily. She also has hip impingement syndrome, and just a couple weeks ago had her second surgery. She's finally going to get to start college in January. She graduated last year, but due to surgeries, she has not been able to start school. This is my child. 2 years ago, we passed historic legislation making West Virginia the 29th state to become legal for medical cannabis. And 2 years later, we are just legal for medical cannabis on paper alone. We can talk all the rumors that you hear about the evils of the devil's leaf, if that's what you want to call it, but we know for a fact that it helps people with all types of illnesses: multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's disease, Crohn's disease, epilepsy, and once again, post-traumatic stress disorder. You show me a police officer and a firefighter that's done this job for 10 plus years, and I'm going to show you somebody who has a hard time sleeping at night. Let's finally get West Virginia on track and push legislation that can finally allow our people to benefit and get the medicine that they need, and they should get it without having to go and sell their souls to Big Pharma. Now, I really wanted to say this yesterday because the man stood right there yesterday and he swore people in. The first official act, the Supreme Court, was to remove black lung from workman's compensation. We're West Virginia. We love our coal miners. Whether they're union or non-union, every coal miner that goes underground risks one day struggling with black lung. And every single coal miner in this state has just had a knife stuck between their shoulder blades because we've removed black lung from the workman's compensation to make it harder for those people to be able to get. And last year I was told that my bill last year, the black lung bill, was going to be put into a study over the interims. I hope and pray that we can finally get that bill passed. And here's the thing. My bills don't see the light of day, but I'm okay with that. I'm here to make sure that they hit that blue list. Take my name off those bills. If you like those bills, I think you should probably like the black lung bill. You seem to like the second chance for employment bill. Take my name off of those bills and then pass them because they benefit West Virginians. I have 2 new bills that I introduced this year. One of them is a 25-year and out retirement for correctional officers. We spend a lot of money in this state training correctional officers, and many of them don't make it to the 6-month to the year mark. Why is that? Because of the op tempo and because of the danger. I would say one of the most dangerous jobs in America today. A correctional officer will get into physical altercations probably once, twice a week. And we know we've brought quite a few on this floor and heard some of the horror stories of how some of them have been beaten. Many of them get trained, which costs us money. They don't make it to the 6-month mark and they're done. But if we gave them an incentive, something that said, if I can stay in this job for 25 years, I can retire. Maybe then we wouldn't spend so much money to lose it. with people dropping out. We would create an opportunity, which we already have, by giving not one but 2 pay raises to correctional officers, which they are very, very grateful for. But giving them also an incentive that says, I'm going to do my 25, will keep a lot of people in that profession, and we won't need to spend money training more. And lastly, I'm pushing a bill requiring every lobbyist to wear a body camera. I believe in transparency. Why should lobbyists have better access to us than the people? Imagine if the people could punch in the name of a lobbyist and see every single conversation that they have. It would do away with a lot of backdoor dealings. And I'm not accusing people, but I know that sometimes things get done. I've thrown big energy lobbyists out of my office for saying things like, well, is there anything that maybe I could do to change your mind? It happens. If we believe in transparency and we believe that we work for the people, then we should have no problems letting them see everything that we do. And those are the bills that I would love to see the light of day. And if you don't want it to see the light of the day because it has my name on it, then remove my name from the bill, but give it a chance. Let it hit a committee floor. Let the people out there get an opportunity to decide if they would like something like that to happen. Now the rumor is true. Next week will be my last day on this floor. And I'm going to go and I'm going to try to fight for not just West Virginia, but the issues that we have in West Virginia that we share with Kentucky, that we share with Michigan, that we share with California and New York. I'm going to try to fight for us on a national scale. And people can say this guy doesn't have a chance all you want, but make no mistake about it. I don't have the money, but they don't have the fight. I'm in this fight, and regardless if you like me or not, I'm going to do everything in my power to elevate each and every one of yours and every one of your constituents' lives. Thank you, Mr. President. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.
Further remarks? Senator